Well, a surprise in the sky, leaving passengers in tears, and it's all thanks to a Southern Utah pilot and the grandmother who helped raise him. Our Southern Utah correspondent, Cannon Seacrest, shares their story.
When airline captain Justin Shurtz learned that his grandmother was coming to visit him in St. George for the very first time, he knew that he wanted to do something special. And with help from American Airlines, he found a way to turn a simple flight into a moment they'd both remember forever. The plan was to surprise his grandmother on board the final leg of her trip into Las Vegas. But first, he had to find a way to get her on the flight.
Part of that, I had to contact the crew that was operating the flight. So I called the captain and I said, hey, I have a question and I need some help.
After jumping through a few hoops, Justin managed to swap flights with the original crew. Meanwhile, his grandma Carolyn had no idea.
She knew I was working. She was expecting me to pick her up in Las Vegas. She had no idea that I was going to show up on her flight.
Justin stayed out of sight in the cockpit until it was time, and when he came over the intercom to tell the story of his grandparents who raised him in Memphis, his grandmother suddenly realized who was going to be flying her plane.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on board American Airlines Flight 4383. And then when she realizes it's me, I'll never forget the moment where she jumps out into the aisle and sees me standing there and the look on her face. It's a special flight for me.
May I get up? Yes,
So
ma'am. Go right ahead.
I grew up here in the Memphis area, and at that point, that's when I got nervous, but I was extremely excited because it had sunk in that this is real. This is actually happening. They've done everything they could to help me to get to where I am today.
I'm sorry, y'all.
The reunion was emotional, not just for them, but for everyone on board. And for Carolyn, it was a moment filled with gratitude and pride.
I know how hard we struggled and how well they're doing. You understand? And so that was my biggest thing, just how proud he made me at that moment.
Justin says everything he's accomplished, including becoming a captain, is because of his grandparents' unwavering support.
They supported me my entire life. They supported me going through school. Everything that we did in life, they were there backing us, pushing us to be the best of our potential and be who we could be.
Unfortunately, Justin's grandfather passed away earlier this year in April and never got to fly with his grandson commercially.
There was a lot of crying at first, especially when we were talking about my grandpa. He got to fly with me once in a small airplane a very long time ago. It's when I first started flying.
But Carolyn says he would have been proud.
He never would have left his side. He'd have been right there with him if he would have been there. He said, scoot over, I'm sitting by Justin. He would have been extremely, extremely, extremely pleased, yes. And he is. He is. Yes. Okay, you'll make me cry more.
Reporting in Southern Utah, Cannon Seacrest, ABC 4 News.